Welcome to Wealthy Wednesday. This is our Lunch and Learn series that we have structured to help you on your lunch hour be more productive. You know, if you want or need or expect to improve your financial life, you have to do something a little bit or extraordinary. You know, if you whatever you've been doing, if it's not working, if you're not debt free, if you're not financially secure. Now we know that you're looking for riches. We know that everybody wants to be a multimillionaire nowadays. Everybody wants to be a billionaire. But you know what happens is that you get caught up in that whole excitement, the euphemism of being incredibly rich, being one of the top billionaires. But let's be honest, you have to be even. You have to have some money in the bank, be able to pay your bills before you can be a billionaire. And then we need to make sure that we're maxing out our pension plans, our 401k plans, in order to become a millionaire. And then after you've maxed out your 401k plans, we need to create several streams of passive income. So I would love to come before you today and talk to you about becoming a millionaire or a billionaire, which I could not really talk to you about. I'm not a billionaire, but most importantly, it's the process. You might have the desire, but do you have a process? Do you have a system? Do you have a way to get yourself there? And that's why I'm here. The truth of the matter is that only a select few are going to do what's necessary in order to level up their financial life. You know, we've talked about this before, and when we take a look at where people rank, we know that only 15% of people are actually financially secure. That means that the rest of the population, the working population, is struggling. They're living check to check. And we already know this. I tell you this every time we jump on, the majority of people are living check to check. And I don't care if they're making $600,000, $60,000, or $6,000. Most people are living check to check. And you might ask, hey, I'd rather have $600,000 and live check to check than 60. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because most of the time that can be changed and altered just like that. So we want to show you how to get from that bottom half of the pyramid closer to the top half. And we do that by using our financially free formula. We're explaining this 52 weeks this year, minus vacations, and we want to help you. Today, we're talking about becoming debt free. How do you get debt free? How do you get rid of your debts? Because if you look at your paycheck and you look at your bank account and you see that the check hit, you know, and maybe you're one of those people who your check hits early. You're supposed to get paid on Friday, or you're supposed to, you should get paid Friday, but the check comes a little early on Wednesday, Thursday. And let me tell you something, that is also a trap. They get you so tied into when payday is because you need that paycheck to eat, to drive, to survive, that you are taking advantage of it and you're spending that money even before payday is truly supposed to hit. So we want to break the cycle of mental slavery. We want to break that cycle of self-imposed suffrage so that you can become financially secure. Then we can elevate to financial freedom. And then once we get to financial freedom, man, anything above that is ice cream, man. It is a bonus. If you become a 100 millionaire or 100 millionaire times 10, which is a billionaire, hey, good job, right? You got the secret sauce. Proud of you, happy for you. teach others how you did what you did, all the fun things. But let's be realistic. Let's start where we are. Let's not daydream about where we want to be. I want you to dream. I don't want you daydreaming. See, dreaming means you have a goal, you have a plan, you have something out there that you're ready to do to implement what it is that you see yourself doing. So if you're dreaming, that is excellent. You need imagination, you need dreams, you need something to shoot for. But we don't want to daydream. That means you're lost in the middle of your day thinking about things that aren't going to help you elevate your life. They're not, if you're daydreaming, you're not taking action. So we want to dream. We don't want to daydream. Today, we are dreaming of being debt free in 2025. Now, I don't know about you, but I have this little money button. And I tell you what, I love ringing it every time I get rid of a bill and every time I get a brand new client. And my team knows when that they hear that bell, they know what's what. They know that we are continuing to accomplish our goals, our habits, and our dreams. And that's what's important, is that you have a plan and that you're implementing it. Now, before we get into how to actually get debt free, I want to show you or share with you the first step. And so we're talking about debt being debt free, but the first step is how you look at money. How are you looking at money? Are you looking at money as the end game? That's the goal. I need stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks. Because if you are, I don't want to say you're wrong. What I want to say is that you might want to adjust the way that you're looking at money. Money is a tool to measure how well you have done. Maybe it's a tool on how lucky you have been. But in all honesty, when you are sporting a six-pack, that is the results and the proof of how hard you worked out, how well you eat nutrition-wise. And money is the same way. How hard did you work? How wise were you with your decisions? And the amount that you have indicates the quality of the choices that you made day in and day out about your life. So if money isn't the goal, what is the goal? Well, the true goal is financial freedom, right? True goal is financial freedom. So your goal isn't money, your goal is freedom. So what does that mean? It means if you build up a network or a skill set that allows you to generate money above and beyond what these two hands can do, you are now on the right path. So you want the resources, right? You want the results of what money brings. The money's cool, but you're going to spend it somewhere. Or you're going to sit on it and think, hey, this is going to help me be safe in the future if I need to buy something in the future, which is perfectly fine. But let's look at it properly. We really want that unlimited vacation. We really want, the outfits that fit us, and we're not buying them off the $2 rack and they don't fit and they don't look nice. We want to be able to do the things that we truly want to do. It is our 24K life code, right? Our 24K life code is living unapologetically on terms that define your highest self unconditionally. Doesn't that sound good? Isn't that what you want? Isn't that what you want? Don't you want to live unapologetically? You're amazing. You're great. You're delivering greatness to the world, and you don't want to apologize for being good at what you do, right? And you also want to do that on terms that define your highest value, your highest self, your core values unconditionally. So you are not doing things conditionally. I'll do this if you do this for me. No, this is the way I operate. That's the code that I live by. So we're here to teach you the 24K life code. And this is it. This is it. I hope it touches you in some kind of way to make you really sit back and think. And I know you're on your lunch and you may not really be thinking it's your time to take a break, but that's a habit that we want to crush. We want to crush the habit of not being active and intentional in the decisions that we make. So the first step for you, the first step for anyone that wants to be debt free, and I'll tell you that as a registered investment advisor, as a person who despises debt, as a person who got into debt in my early 20s, and I wasn't buying like furs and jewelry and things. I was buying pipes and windows and door frames, for some property that I owned, and I went into debt to do that. And then when it didn't work the way I was hoping or had strategically planned it to work, Then I ended up with debt from Doors and Home Depot and all those type places. But when I was ready to get out of debt, and I was always ready, but when I was really ready to get out, I'm going to share with you what I did there. So when we talk about debt, and please, by all means, I forgot to share that if you have a question that you want answered, you can text this number, and we will get your message hopefully during the live, and we will answer it live right here, right now. Let's get answers right here, right now. Let's not wait. We're trying to 10x. You can't 10x by waiting, stalling, dragging your heels. You need answers and solutions right now. We're happy to give them to you if you text this number. So let's talk about the debt elimination process. The very first thing is a mindset shift. You have to shift your mindset from a spender to financial security. And I was going to say spender to saver, but let's go spender to financially secure. And I know I promised last week we were going to talk about net worth, but I really wanted to talk about something that most people have issue with, and that is debt. It could be student loans, it could be credit cards, it could be personal loans, it could be payday loans. I'm really talking to, my LinkedIn crowd of professionals that are out there hammering, networking, working, trying to devise, studying, taking extra courses, reading books. You know what? Let's do that. But at the same time, let's figure out how to manage our personal finances so excellently that the new revenue that you're generating by taking those courses, by working late, by getting a promotion, actually help you in your life, actually make things easier. Because what you've done so far is every bonus, every refund, every lump sum, every increase has gone out the window. And that's why when I showed you the graph of where people are financially, that's why 80+% of people are in the lower bracket of where we're suggesting that you shouldn't be, that lower half. Let me show it to you again. I'll show it to you again. Right down there. So right here, working in middle class, poverty and income slavery, right? We're trying to get to financially secure. So between the working and middle class and financially free is security. Security is being able to pay your bills without any issue. Security is not worrying about, hey, can I get my kids to school? Can I get my son or daughter in college? Security is knowing that you have everything covered, and now we can start clearing our minds to make more money. So we need a mindset shift. If you want to go into the details of the mindset shift on your money mindset, and I told you this week 1, we're in week 4, you have to analyze who you are. Are you a spender? Are you a saver? What are your habits? What is your nature? Are you saving money or trying to save money and you just keep going back to spend it when life hits you in the teeth? So we can help you figure that out. I promise you, we've helped thousands of people figure that out. So where are you? Who are you? Like, what is your money mindset? And let's get that cleaned up. If you need some help and money is a really big issue, and you say, Eric, I can't afford to hire a financial coach. I can't afford to hire a financial advisor. I can't afford to hire a money coach. I can't afford to do very much because I'm already up to my eyeballs. I'm telling you, check out our mobile app. Inside of our mobile app, 24K Life Code, we have every course, including debt elimination. Every course you need is in that mobile app. And that mobile app is only $25 a month. And if you say to me, hey, Derek, I can't afford $25 a month. I can't. You need to call. You need to text, because we can show you how to get to the point to where you have $100, $200, $300, $500 per month left over. And I know you may think that's crazy. It's not crazy. We do it every day. And we talk to 6-figure people every day who don't have $1,000 saved up. And we're able to help them do that in 90 days. 90 days, we're able to help them do that. And we can help you too. So just understand that if that's you, you need to do something. If you're just now catching this and you want to know what I just said, then look, go back and watch it again. So when we are flowing, We got our money mindset right. So we're thinking about financial security. That means we're thinking about, hey, I'm getting ready to make this purchase. Is this going to help me or hurt me? So you've done that. Then we get into, okay, let's take a look at the next phase of what's going on with my money. So I need to get out of debt. We're talking about debt elimination, getting rid of debt, 2025. So in your money mindset, you've got to be hell bent on being debt free this year. I don't care how much it is. Don't worry about how. Let's just get the mindset, because we're talking about creating an energy about ourselves that is attracting, that's manifesting, that we don't even know how it's going to manifest. We don't know how we're getting that raise. We don't know how we're going to get that money to pay our debts off, but it's coming. Because even if you don't get the debts paid in full, and a year from now you have wiped out 50%, I mean, that is 50% more than you've ever wiped out in your life. So joining, this is not a bad thing to join. This is the thing to join, right? Nicole, are you maxing out your 401k program? I know you are, because we talked about it. I need to review that too. We need to get on the calendar and review that. So Nicole reached out and asked me, I think it's been a couple weeks, maybe a little bit longer. And we're getting into debt elimination, I promise you. And you know I'll only keep you 30 minutes on your lunch hour. So we're still going to get it in. But Nicole asked me, she says, hey, here's this video. Check this out. Let me know if this is true. And all she did was sent me the video and said, is this true? ? That's all she did. And this is the type of support that we're giving inside the mobile app. This is it. She sent me the video. I got the video. I watched it, and then I answered her, all inside the mobile app, because she wants to make great money moves. If you want to understand about the fact of compounding interest or compounding your results, compounding your knowledge, check out the video I just did. It's on our YouTube channel. And you can see I did a video just on compounding, but we're talking about debt elimination. So you've got your mindset together. I am going to be debt-free this year, come hell or high water. I am going to be debt-free this year, come hell or high water. That's what you're telling yourself. That's what you believe. That's what you know. You are bent on doing that. So then you have to figure out, okay, well, what options do I have to get debt free? What are my choices? So your number one choice is obviously to keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to keep getting what you got. So that's not going to work. So that's out. The second thing is you should ask yourself, how much money do I have to allocate towards my debts? Like when I look at my debts, you got the minimum balance due. Some people, what they do is they pay the minimum balance, and then when they have a little bit extra money in this paycheck, they pay more on this card, or they pay a little bit more on that debt, and then they pay the minimum on this one, and next month is the minimum, and then the next month they got a little bit more. So, and that doesn't work. I promise you, it doesn't work. Has it worked? Has it worked for you? No. So I know what works. And what works is the first thing that you have to do is take a look at your budget. And I know you think budget's a bad word, but I told you last week, and I told you the week before, and I'm going to tell you 3 weeks from today, if you want to get to that upper echelon, they know where their money is. They know where it is. That also means they know what money they're spending, because every dollar has a duty. And if your dollars don't have a duty, you need to watch last week's Wealthy Wednesday, and I explained in detail what that truly means. So you got to do some homework, but we're giving you the easy way to do it. Go right inside the mobile app. Okay, go right inside our YouTube channel. We're giving this information away. The deal is that society, starting in school, all the way through adulthood, including your family and your parents, have never taught you personal finance. I don't care if you're 50. If you're 50 and you're broke, no one ever taught you personal finance. It's not your fault, but it's your responsibility. So now here I am, the money coach, over 30 years of experience, teaching you the money game. I hear you, Coach Dawn. Coach Dawn said she's got that money mindset. I am going to be debt-free in 2025. And, you know, I don't know if you know, but that's my girl. So I'm going to make sure that Nicole, that Coach Dawn, if that's what they want to do, we're going to do it. By no means are we accepting anything less than what we've set out to get. And that's the focus. That's the intent, because we're looking to get something off of our back, which makes us feel a little bit lighter, which gives us the energy and the fortitude to continue to go, because we know now that we're debt free, these dollars can go to my money, making me more money. That's the mindset. Thank you for both of you for saying hello. I appreciate it because we thrive on knowing that we're helping and we're giving you information that will get you where you really truly want to go. So, what are your choices? We already said you can keep doing what you're doing. It's not working. The next thing that you can do is you can go to your credit card companies and you can call them up one by one and you can say, hey, I'm paying this much. I'm trying to get out of this and I need to lower my interest rate. Now, when you call, their inclination is to not help you. But if you make them believe that you're on the verge of not being able to fulfill your payments, and you've got a great history, they may be able to help you or they may be willing to help you. Last week, we did talk about maneuvering and maybe switching. We're talking about being debt free. So, securing, if you have great credit, securing a zero balance for that year and then hustling your ass off to get those debts paid while you're not paying any interest. So, all the money that you were paying in interest should be going on that card. So, you should be making the same payment, but just making a bigger impact. So, you can call and quasi negotiate. Don't get frustrated when they say no. Just keep calling, keep asking. That's all you can do if that's your strategy. The next strategy is the traditional snowball. A snowball is when you take your debts and you line up your debts from the biggest balance and you create a list of all of your debts from the biggest balance all the way down to the smallest balance, right? From high to low. List them all out. List the balances, list the total amount that you have due, and then list the minimum payment. So you're going to list the total and then the minimum. And on the total, you're going to say, hey, I owe, $12,000 on this credit card and the payment is $420. And then the smallest one, I owe $300 to somebody and the minimum payment's $25. Okay. That's what you're going to do. You're going to list those down. This is a snowball. And then once you do this, what I need you to do is pay the minimum balance on everything. Pay the minimum balance on everything. And if you've done the budget, which is the first thing that I told you to do, and you come down here and you add up the total debt and the total minimum, and if you've done your budget and you see your total minimum, and at the end of the month, you have, let's take an example. Let's say at the end of the month, you have $600 left over. What you want to do is you want to take $200 and you want to put that in your emergency fund. Because see, in my system, my clients are never broke. In our system, never broke. We don't believe in poverty. We don't believe in being dependent on anyone else. So we're going to get debt free and have some money left. I swear to you, I promise you this. Don't worry about how, worry about the energy that you're putting out to the world. And the energy that you're putting out is that I'm manifesting more money. I'm manifesting a debt-free life, and I don't have any clue how it's going to happen. Here's one thing I'll share with you, right, from an existing client. They text me a couple days ago, and they sent me a statement, and they go, hey, I know you're helping us get debt-free, and it's going great, but check this out. And they sent me a statement from was it Kohl's? I think it was Kohl's. They sent me a statement from Kohl's saying your balance has been zeroed out, and they sent them it's not a 1099, but I think it was a 1099. It's like a 1099. I got it on my phone. A 1099 saying zero balance due, but they had to claim the money as taxes. So the question becomes, what's the best debt settlement ever? Paying taxes on a bill you owe, so you only pay the taxes. So if you owe somebody $10,000 and you're in a 20% tax bracket, I mean, that's love, right? I mean, that's love. I'm not suggesting that you do that because in order to do what they're doing, they had to crush their credit. But it is working, and we are going to get to that solution in a second. So we have the debt snowball. This is the snowball, okay? There's more to it, but you get the gist. If you want to know more about the snowball, let me know. I'll send you a Excel spreadsheet, our Excel spreadsheet, where you can put your debts in, and it'll tell you what to pay on which bill, where, why, how. And that's a really useful tool that we offer if you want to do that. And if you want to do that, hey, just hit me up on, just message me wherever you are right now, wherever you're listening. If you're on YouTube, message me. I want the sheet. If you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, I want the sheet, the debt-free sheet, and I'll remember, and somebody on my team will shoot it over to you. So with that, the next thing, of course, is bankruptcy. So we talked about snowball. We talked about negotiating interest down. Now we're talking about bankruptcy. Listen, for those of you that are working, there are limits to who can file bankruptcy. And if you've already filed, how soon you can file again. Now, if you've already filed and you have some debt and you think you need to file bankrupt again, you need to call us. You need to reach out. You need to text that number that I showed you. Text that number and call us, because if you've done it once, we really need to change the way that you're operating your fiscal life. We really need to give you a system in order to be successful. And let me tell you something, anybody who doesn't have a system, I started this conversation off on Wealthy Wednesday. If you don't have a system, if you don't have a method to becoming financially free, to becoming financially secure, to becoming that millionaire or billionaire, whatever you're dreaming of, if you don't have a system, you might as well let it go. So bankruptcy has some requirements. If you think it's you, look up the limits. If you want to call us, we're not attorneys, but we can tell you if you qualify. We can tell you if you should or shouldn't. Maybe you qualify and you shouldn't do it. We'll tell you what the best method is for debt elimination, is my point. And then finally, debt settlement. So debt settlement is when you have these debts. If you pay them, you're going to be broke. If you pay them, you're probably not going to be able to pay your house. You're probably not going to be able to pay your utilities, but something's got to give. So you realize that either I'm on the verge or I'm in bad trouble. If that's you and you make too much money and you can't qualify for bankruptcy, then we use debt settlement. I'm not going to explain debt settlement because it takes too long, and I promised you 30-minute lunch and learn. But here's what I will say to you about debt settlement. When you call one of those big ass companies, Debt of America, I don't think that's a real company. So, but you call this big ass company Debt of America, just understand that you're going to be paying a big commission. So as long as you're crystal clear on the process, because a lot of people think debt settlement companies are a rip, and they're not a rip. What happens is that they blow over the details, so you don't really know what's going on. And I will tell you the basics of what's going on. So basically, you think that you're going to get in this debt settlement program. You're going to pay them $600 a month, and they're going to call your credit card companies. You're going to call your debtors, and they're going to say, hey, my client, Mary is in this debt settlement program with us, and we want to settle her debt. And will you take, $50 a month until we get this settled? That's not what they do. What they do is they take the 600, they put it in an escrow account. Okay. Before they put it in an escrow account, they take their fees, they take their commissions, they take their other fees, because there's always some. And then whatever's left over goes into this account. In all honesty, in year one of most companies, not what we do, but most companies, and we don't even do it anymore. We just teach people how to do it. But in most companies, what they do is you're going to get $400 of that $600 in fees, in commissions and other fees, and lawyer fees. And then there's going to be $200 that goes in your account. So at the end of a year, you got $2,400 in your debt settlement account, even though you've put $7,200 up for grabs, okay, that you thought were going to work for you. And that's why people think it's a rip, because they don't really look at the details, because there's such trouble financially. They're not really listening, or they're not really thinking. You got to ask the right questions. They're going to tell you what they by law have to tell you. So what should you be looking for? When you go into debt settlement, you really want to be putting as much money in the escrow account as possible. Okay. So what happens is that they don't pay any bills, and they might send letters out to all your creditors saying, hey, they're in our program. Good luck. And so what they do is they wait until these companies are fairly securely safe that you're not going to pay the bill. And so you're going to crush your credit. Now you're going to crush your credit or bankruptcy. So really at this point, most of the time, credit's not your real concern, your number one concern. So you're going to crush your credit. But however, you want as much money to go into that escrow account. So what they're going to do is whoever screams the loudest. So let's say you get a notice in the mail for garnishment, and you send that to the debt settlement company. They will attack that debt. Okay. And it's a good strategy. I can't tell you why right now in this, because we only have a few minutes left. It's a good strategy, but trust and believe that most of the money in most scenarios. So I can show you how to do this settlement yourself, and you can put $7,200 in your account versus putting the $2,000 that I was talking, or $2,400 I was talking about earlier. So, I want to encourage you to adopt the right mindset, to adopt the right attitude. Because what happens is that if you truly want to make change, you have to have an emotional change, you have to have a vocal change, and you have to have positive actions. You need those three, and you need one of those three guaranteed, but all three means that you are going to accomplish what you set out for, because we emit a vibration. And when you emit the vibration that I'm about my business, that means that your production is going to rise. That means more people are going to be attracted to you. That means your boss is going to notice, but it's all in your hands. So I'm here preaching the gospel of prosperity to help you understand the game. And the bigger game is to shade your eyes with all these people, and I shouldn't say all, but the very few people who are killing the game. They always show you those people, right? Everybody's showing you how powerful, certain people are that are close to government, that can get these contracts, right? They're showing you that, but that's not you. You're working 9 to 5. So we need to figure out what your power is and manifest more power and more power and more power. And the less of this that you have, the more power that you feel in your heart and your head and your hands. And your hands is the result of what you're thinking, what you're saying, because it's what you're doing. So I hope that you have picked up some insights on debt elimination. This is a Lunch and Learn series, so we can't teach you every single detail. What we can teach you is that if you come to our mobile app, that not only are we fully on the app with money courses, debt-free courses, creating new habits, we have our life coach in there, Coach Dawn Johnson, that will, if you need a life coach, you can talk to Coach Dawn. You can hire Coach Dawn. You can ask some questions inside the app. This app is incredible. Yesterday, I got 3 videos from clients asking me pertinent questions about their business, about money decisions. And guess what? They shoot me a quick video. I shoot them a quick video back. As soon as I'm free, I take a look. I pop up my phone. Hey, listen, if you're going to the car dealership, this is the 4 questions you absolutely have to ask. And here's the number one thing that you need to know. And I give them that information. So because every decision is stacking up on top of the other decision to help you be financially secure. And don't forget, when you get past security, there's freedom. Listen, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. Only 20% of you are even listening to me with any intention at all. And only 20% of those people with the intention will actually follow up with what's important to them, implementing some of the tools that I discussed, asking for the debt-free sheet, right? You got to ask for what you want. You'll never get it. How am I supposed to just magically know you need it and send it to you? And I don't know your email. I don't know what your plans are, but I will share with you. Hungry mouths, quiet mouths, closed mouths don't get fed. I'm Derek Gant. Be your best. Bring your best. Leave nothing to chance. Have an amazing day, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday. If you have something you want to talk about, make sure you text us. Make sure you let us know. Some point we're going to talk about, we'll probably talk about net worth next week, most likely. But we're going to talk about the stock market at some point. We're going to talk about how you can get into the market to have your money, make you some money. But I got to get you past check to check. I got to get you past debt free, because we got to have our focus right. I got to get you past these things before I get you all excited about this. But we're going to talk about it sooner than later. And I hope that you understand that this is your opportunity to elevate your life in a way that you've never had before. I'm Derek Gant. Be well.
Are you feeling stuck in life and finances? Introducing the 24K Life Code mobile app, your ultimate solution for personal and financial support. Available now on Apple App and Google Play stores. Our app provides online coaching with expert life, business, money, nutrition, and fitness coaches. With over 25 transformative courses, you'll master goal setting, time management, personal money management, and accountability. For less than $1 a day, you gain full access, 365 days a year, to the support you need. Join our thriving community, share your daily wins, and let's build your 24K life together. Download the 24K Life Code mobile app today and start living your best life.
Have a great day, everybody. Be well.